My name is Zachary Rossica, and welcome to Financial Freedom Outcome. We all want financial freedom, okay? But we can talk about it until we're blue in the face. Here on this channel, I'm going to give you actionable steps to reach financial freedom. How we're going to do that, there's going to be multiple different ways, but there's going to be one strong directive, one strong path in how I have achieved that, and moving forward and continuing how I'm still building that as I grow this channel in this community. That's what I'm here for. My goal is not to recruit you. The only people that I would like to recruit is if you're good people and you're super successful, or you have a burning fire like I did when I got in the industry in 2016, right? Had zero knowledge of the industry, but I was willing to learn, grind, and put in the hours to live outside my comfort zone. But yeah, so we're going to talk numbers. We're going to talk about what's happening in 2025. It is November 12th, I believe, 2025, almost to the middle of November. The U.S. economy, you can hear it from anybody, from all the professionals and the stat keepers who are running the numbers. But you know as well as I do, the U.S. is in the absolute dumps, right? Our economy sucks. People can say what they want to say. They can talk all the shit they want, fluff it up. Our economy sucks. The real estate industry right now as a whole sucks. We're having over double the amount of listings come onto the market that are being closed, right? Is that a problem? Yes, it's a problem. We're seeing less than half the closings that we saw last year for 2025, and that's across the board in the United States. I do believe that a lot of the stat keepers actually fudge the numbers, quite like the numbers of NAR saying that there's 1.3 million active realtors. I don't believe it, okay? But as it sits right now, there's about 1.5 million licensed agents and brokers in the United States of America, okay? 1.3 million of those, the tighter number that I got from a different statistic was there's about 1.3 million active agents, active realtors, if you will, okay? 1.3 million. So let's look at that as a whole. Last year in 2024, 71% of agents, all agents, did not close a single transaction. So that means that over 70% of the industry is basically out, okay? Yes, I'm sure some of those people I'm talking to, I'm included as one of those people, the 71% that did not close a deal. Now, I'm in the referral program with my brand right now, and I have been for the last year and a half because I wanted to take a break from sales. I have been in it for 8.5 years, essentially, a little over, selling luxury and commercial. I've closed multiple seven-figure transactions, be it luxury, commercial. Luxury Gulfront here on 30A in Santa Rosa Beach, or just off of 30A, not Gulfront as well, and also commercial projects, okay? How did I break into the luxury market? I just did it. I started calling the people that own the homes that were worth multi-millions of dollars, and I built a relationship with them, not trying to sell them, by cold calling. That's how I did anything that I've done in this industry, was from a cold call. Any agent that I attracted, that I recruited to my brand, anything that I've ever done that garnered me success, was being completely outside my comfort zone and doing what I was scared to do. What I was scared to do was cold call, just like you are, just like you were, right? If you're an entrepreneur and you want to be successful, you have to be willing to not only go outside your comfort zone, you have to be comfortable. You have to become comfortable outside your comfort zone. And that's what I did. Okay, I cold called. I've met people that are worth almost $1 billion that I'm still friends with. Matter of fact, I'm going to lunch with them, one of them coming up next week when they're in town for Thanksgiving. And these are people that I would have never known or never built a relationship with, or would have become clients if I would not have done what scared me, okay? I did what scared me, and I'll encourage you to do that as well. But we're not talking about all that today and how to get over that hump. What we're talking about is these numbers, okay, for real estate agents and brokers. This is what we're looking at. 71% of agents did not close a deal. That means 29% actually closed a deal or more, okay? So that means that 377,000 agents out of 1.3 million actually closed a single deal. Now, of those 377,000 agents that close a single deal, we're going to take the 80-20 rule of those that are actually transacting 20% doing the work, you know, doing over 80% of the volume, if you will, in any industry. The 80-20 rule. So 20% of those people, of the 377,000, that leaves 75,400 of the 1.3 million agents are doing good. 75,000 agents are doing good. They're not doing great, right? Majority of them are not doing great. So what we're going to do is, we know the ones that are doing fantastic are about the 10% of those that are doing decent. So of that 10% of the 75,400, of course, that leaves 7,540 agents that are doing great. 7,540 agents roughly. Now, this is just all hypothetical, right? But I bet you I'm pretty damn spot on with this, okay? Yes, I just cussed. I don't sugarcoat things, and I feel like we can cut down to brass tacks and get a lot further in conversations, hence this YouTube video. I speak with my heart. I don't speak with what I think you want to hear. I don't speak with the premise that I hope you like me, that I hope that I look good, that I hope that I this. No, I'm on camera because how else am I going to talk to you? How else am I going to connect with people? How else am I going to be able to change, thousands or tens of thousands or 100,000s or 1 million people's life if I cannot get in front of a camera, right? That's another thing that I had to become comfortable with. Even though I was in the music industry, I'd had cameras on me and stuff. I was on a TV show, a lot of filming and stuff. I was never comfortable on camera. It's just something that I've become comfortable with, right? Nobody likes that when they're starting out. And the people that do, I wish I had that. I wish I knew what that special quality was. But I didn't have that myself. I don't know anybody who has. So I got over that. That's another example of how I lived outside my comfort zone. I was willing to push through the things that made me feel like shit, right? A lot of people will get almost sick because they're so concerned about what people think about me. Me at 42 with two beautiful boys, and it's been like this for a long time, ever since I became a father. Priorities completely changed, right? I'm not worried what anybody thinks about me. You know what I'm saying? At 42 years old, I know I've taken 1.5 years off of sales. I'm now in the referral program with my brokerage because I needed 1.5 years off just to gather myself, get my thoughts together, get my energy back, right? I poured so much out to my clients, to my prospects, to the hundreds and dozens of people that I showed property to for years that never did anything, to the people that ran us around, the people that treat you like shit, right? I needed a break. I was jaded as hell. Now I've taken 1.5 years off from sales. And the only reason why I have been able to do that was because of the opportunity of revenue share. Okay. I know there's a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk since 2009 as time went on, basically since 2020 on, EXP, and then came Real Brokerage, then came LPT, then Epic, right? These cloud brokerages, we're talking about the outdated model, which a lot of people are still with, but we got to understand a lot of people are with the new cloud model. Now, what the new cloud model allows people like you and I to do, and broker owners as well, franchisees who sell their Century 21, their Sotheby's, to come on here to EXP or to Real, LPT, what have you. All I can speak for is EXP because that's who I'm with. I've been with them for 5 years. They were just an opportunity to me. Nobody called and recruited me. I wish they would have. I wish they would have. I wish I would have been here sooner. Okay. I came on board in March of 2020 and the beginning of March. But basically, that's what we're talking about is people who don't know about EXP and they talk negative about it is because they just don't know the truth. Maybe they were recruited and somebody, somebody called me and well, guess what? Keller Williams, people who aren't even licensed recruiters are calling you every day too. So don't act like EXP is the only one. The only difference is that EXP gives you the opportunity to build legacy income, financial freedom, outcome, income. Okay. All it is an opportunity. Again, nobody told me I had to recruit. Nobody told me I had to attract agents. I looked at the opportunity one night, 2 weeks into quarantine. So I'm pretty sure it was about 2 weeks into quarantine, and I found EXP video and I finally looked, right? I finally looked. And when I looked, I was open, right? The whole world had changed, but I've always been open to opportunity because my mind, it's not a brag. I'm not conditioned like most people are just to see one way, have horse blinders on, and just go 1906 model Coldwell and Banker model is the only way to sell. Hell no. Hell no. You got to be way, way out in front of these things. And I wish I was more in front of the new cloud model instead of the old outdated model, which is the Coldwell and Banker model, which is the Anywhere model, which is the now Compass and Anywhere. Compass is buying up the whole industry, right? So now it's going to basically be Real, LPT, Epic for as long as, who knows how long some of those will last. Those could go kerplunky, right? They could go kerplunk. Just like Anywhere's going kerplunk with Compass buying them. So it's basically going to be EXP versus Compass. That's what it's looking like. And that's who could have ever guessed it, right? And Compass is doing great, but for anyone to try to convince me as a sound and reasonable man who knows a thing or two about a thing or two, as Robert De Niro said in A Boy's Life, that's a great movie and it's sad, and that was a good one, dating me. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Nobody's going to convince me that Compass is better than eXp Realty. There's no way. You can close transactions. Do you have technology at Compass? Yes. Is our technology just as good? Yes. Do we have the technology longer than Compass? Yes. Has Compass done incredible things? Yes. Did they buy their way into the industry, and are they still buying their way into the industry? Yes. Did they almost go bankrupt? Yes. Right? Are they still pushing? Yes. Am I bitter about them? No. Am I happy about it? Yes, because it's great to have competition, but I don't consider us competition because we're two different things. You got a cloud brokerage, you got an old, outdated franchise model, right? So Compass has done fantastic things. Some of my best friends that are at any other brokerage, they're at Compass, okay? That aren't here with me, right? And it's just a matter of time. Maybe it's not for them, right? And that's totally fine too. But if financial freedom is your goal, there's about a 99.9% chance that you're not going to get it by doing it the Warren Buffett way when it comes to acquiring assets, right? You're going to do it the Warren Buffett way, like I decided to do, is to start building mailbox money, right? You're going to be a slave to the system unless you have mailbox money, meaning you don't have to transact, because right now as a single agent, if you are a single agent, you're transactional. You close the deal, you get paid. Well, guess what? If you're not able to sell a transaction or to transact, you're going to go broke immediately. The home you sold yesterday is not going to pay you for the next 10, 20, 30 years, right? But revenue share might. Revenue share might. So let's get back to the numbers, all right? But that's my whole goal is financial freedom for everyone, for a financial freedom outcome, right? Not just to talk about it. Why aren't you building it? That's the question in 2025. Why aren't you building it? EXP. Now these are rough numbers. Okay. EXP Realty has 90,000 agents. Real Brokerage has 30,000. LPT 15,000. Epic Realty 3,130 agents. That leaves a total of 138,130 agents. Now, let's compare that. Doesn't seem like much when you're talking 1.3 million agents, right? Now let's consider that 138,130, let's just call it 140,000 agents. Let's look at the number of agents who have sold a single property, right? In the last year, 377,000. So, I mean, we're talking over a third of the whole industry is already at the cloud brokerage model, be it one of the four. Now you have other knockoffs and stuff like that. They're going to come. Real is a knockoff. LPT is a knockoff. Epic is a knockoff. Are they exactly? No. Do they do different things? Yes, absolutely. They all offer their different perks, right? Some have, Real has a smaller network. They have 5 tiers instead of 7. They pay more on the first tier, but we kind of counteracted that with the fresh or the fast start bonus, whatever it is. Basically $4,000 an agent, per capita agent for the front line. But that's small talk, right? EXP, Real, and LPT, 140,000 agents of the 377 that are closing transactions. That's what we're talking about. So we're talking over a third of the people already at the cloud brokerage model. If you're not there, maybe it's time you consider reaching out to somebody like me, if and only if you're burning with fire and a passion to build. If you're not selling over 2.5 to 3 million a year in volume, that's the only way I'm going to talk to you, is if you're really ready to take a leap of faith on yourself, believe in yourself, take a chance on yourself, and go run with somebody who's done what you're wanting to do. And that would be me and my partners here at eXp Realty. We could talk about my partner that I work with. I work with a lot of them, but I have one main partner that's in the top 30. And we made friends my first day. I'm not connected to him, but he and I co-sponsored together. And he has definitely been an increment part of my success when it comes to mindset and just being a good man and a good leader. I'll say a great man. That's what he is. And I will try to attain that. That's what I'm going for. Always becoming better. So over a third of the industry of the people that are actually selling are at cloud brokerages. It's time to take a look at it. Now, of that 377,000, the 80-20 rule, 75,000 are actually doing good. 7,540 agents are at the top 10% of those that are doing good, right? So that leaves about 7,540 agents. If you take 10% if you take 10% of, let's see here, of the top 20% that are actually closing transactions. So I'm just narrowing it down. You're talking 7,000 to 8,000 agents are making, over $1 million in GCI. I don't know what the actual numbers are. Somebody feel free, but I mean, I bet that's pretty tight. There's about 8,000 agents out of 1.3 million that are doing absolutely phenomenal. The rest are just getting by. Of those 377,000 that close one transaction, that means that a majority of those people are barely just getting by, guys. Okay? So in other words, the real estate industry in the United States of America, and I'm sure abroad, I know it, is in the tank. Our economy in the U.S. is in the tank. People can say whatever they want to. Oh, we're doing this, the tariffs, the that, the Trump, the this, the that. Hey, I'm not playing politics here. All I'm saying is I'm for the country. Whatever president is in the presidential seat, right, is active. Whether even when it was Obama, I still supported his ass. Did I vote for him? No. Would I ever vote for him? No. Is it great to know what we know now? Yes. Did I know that? A majority of it back then? Yes. Is it important now? Not really, because the bottom line is, no matter what the feds do, right, raising interest rates, doing this, doing that, moving this around, selling bonds, buying bonds, whatever they're doing, right? All I know is our economy's in the shithole, our real estate industry's in the shitter. Now, we got double the amount of volume of new listings coming to market that are selling, right? Last year, there was less than 50% of the transactions the previous year. So the bottom line is the industry's not doing good, okay? Agents are out. There's so many agents that are out. I bet you realistic numbers, if they're telling us there's 1.3 licensed realtors, to me that means there's about 900,000 or less. Because I think they fluff the numbers like they do with politics, like they do with everything else. I guarantee you NAR is fluffing the numbers. I could be wrong. Say there's 1.3. Well, that just means that there's more people that are sucking and not able to make a living for their family, and that's even more sad. Okay, so I'm looking at it like they fluffed the number. There's probably 900,000 agents or less that are actively licensed right now. And again, it's always catching up. There's always new people coming in, and there's always people going out. So it's hard to keep a tight grasp on what the true stats are. Anywho, basically 8,000 to 10,000 agents are doing superb. That are probably making over $1 million a year. That's not many. So that leads me to this channel. That leads me to Financial Freedom Outcome. That leads me to the new model, right? The new cloud brokerage. Okay. Regular brokers and broker owners, right? Independents, what have you, they have to lease a building, they have to buy a building. They either have to hire a recruiter or they have to recruit themselves, right? They hire staff, managers, all that stuff. Well, they can only attract and recruit in their local market. Me or you or anyone else with one of these cloud brokerages, right, that are active in all 50 states. eXp being in 26, 28 other countries actively. eXp being in, 26, 28 other active countries. I, as a single agent, can go attract agents in my market. I can attract agents in any state, and I can attract agents in any country that we're active in. And the local brokers that we've worked for before all these, all this stuff took over the industry, these cloud models, is they can attract here. And they want to talk bad about eXp, but eXp is allowing us, single agents, or licensed agents, the opportunity to come use eXp as a platform, attract agents in our market, every market in our state, every market in our country, every market in any country that we're in. So our pool, we are not hindered by geographical lines, right? We're not boxed in like our local brokers are. So EXP is more or less a platform to be able to build 3 streams of income, and some of which is recurring income, okay, which is revenue share, meaning that you do not have to transact. The EXP, our brand, takes 50% of the dollar. 50% of each dollar that comes into the company, splits it down the middle, and takes half of it, pays it back to you and I and anyone else who is helping build a brand. Now, do you help build your brand if you're at Keller Williams, RE/MAX, Better Homes and Gardens, or, I'll say Keller Williams, Compass, or one of the cloud brokerages, right? Or just KW and Compass, right, at this point. What I'm saying is they share the 50% of the income off the top, and they pay it back 7 tiers. Now, are you paid and compensated at Keller Williams? You know what I'm saying? What do they call it? They call it not revenue share. They call it. I'm drawing a blank on it. I almost joined Keller Williams before I knew about EXP. But anywho, yes, they do share some of the income Keller Williams does, but it's pennies on the dollar. It's dog scraps. Okay. It's dog scraps comparatively to EXP. Keller Williams has been a great brand. They were a great brand since '83. I think that was the year I was born. Was their heyday the years following. And they've done good for the industry. But there's new dogs in the pen now. There's new dogs in the yard, and they are the ones that were aforementioned. And now you got Compass doing big things. They bought Anywhere. So what I'm saying is the people at Compass are not getting compensated for attracting agents, and they don't even have to attract agents. The bottom line is, if you love your brokerage and your friend that's in Detroit and you're in Miami asked you, hey, do you like Compass? Do you like this? Do you like that? Are you compensated for it? Absolutely not. You're going to get 0. You're going to get a thank you, a pat on the back, right? Or if they're in your local market, like people like Mike Sherrill with EXP brought in over 100 agents to his independent, right? He brought them in just because they asked, hey, are you liking what you're doing? Do you like the brand? Blah, blah, blah. Brought in over 100 people, got compensated nothing but like a Starbucks gift card, okay? Now the dude's making, tens of millions, all right? That's hypothetical, but he probably has made, close to $10 million with EXP. And it's because he's going to be bringing people on into his brokerage anyway, because we love where we're at. If we don't love where we're at, it's time to reassess, look at the opportunities that are abroad, and make a decision. Is that best for my family? Is that best for my business? Is that best for my clients? So that's what I'm saying is basically it's going towards over 1/3 of the industry of the people that are doing anything, of all agents and brokers, are at a cloud brokerage. The majority, 90,000 agents at EXP, we got the majority, right? We were the first kids we were the Apple of the industry, the first ones, right? So of course, I don't want to say of course we're ahead, but they did great things. And so, the opportunity that EXP has and these other brokerages far outweigh anything that anyone else can talk about. So, the bottom line is every brokerage is a recruiting company first and foremost, because without recruitment, the wheels don't turn. The money's not made. The agents aren't coming in transacting to then pay the brokers that pay the regional owners that then pay the founding, owner, the founders. So that's it. You're going to get recruited. It just depends. Like, people get offended that people get called. But do you realize that if somebody would have called me in 2016, 2018, right, a couple years after I'd had my license, how much that would have changed my life even more so? Again, I'm in the referral program for the last year and a half. I was able to take a break from sales because of revenue share. Was it because they gave me revenue share? No. Was it because I had help building revenue share, and I was handheld and said, hey, you might want to do this, or somebody said, you got to recruit if your company. No, it's not like that at all. Nobody told me how to do anything. I saw the opportunity. I went and moved. In the first 10 months, I brought in 20 frontline agents with no experience, because I was willing to try and bet on myself. Now, those 20 agents went on to become much more frontline, right? And that in turn has changed my life forever. Been with EXP for 5 years. And again, the last year and a half, I was able to not sell anything. Okay, so if you want to, people can talk smack about EXP, but they're going to talk about anybody who's doing the best. People are going to talk about them. Anybody who's doing better than, because EXP ain't talking about nobody else. The thing is like Compass, we welcome that. Like if there's not other players on the field, what are we even doing? It's not fun. That being said, like, again, I think I said, this is my second time recording this video. I don't know if I said that, but some of my best friends are at Compass, and I believe I did. And that at this point, it might not be for them. At some point, it more than likely will be, because the thing is not if somebody's coming to a cloud brokerage, the new model, the strong model, the multiple streams of income, the financial freedom models, the financial freedom outcome models. It's a matter of when you're going to be here. Right? It's when is people's gates going to be open? When are people going to be open-minded enough or have enough pain with their broker, with their lack of income, with their terrible splits, with their non-technology, not being given leads? But again, if you're coming into this industry, you got to think like an entrepreneur. And that's why so many people aren't selling property. And that's why so many people are saying, how about EXP? Is EXP good? Is Keller Williams good? Who provides the best leads? And all these ridiculous agent groups, right? Do I love them? Yes. But is there so much bullshit that I get tired of seeing them? Yes. Who provides the most leads? What can the brokers do for me? Yeah, we get it. Look, the fact is that would be fantastic. And almost every brokerage does offer leads, right? Now, here's the question. If you got a 50-50 split already, if you got a 70-30 split plus a 6% franchise fee off the top, are you going to go, do you really want those leads? If just say you're giving 30-40% away to your brokerage, and then you only are able to retain 50% of the leads that are given to you, so you're going to be working for 20%, 30% of what? Bro, you're an entrepreneur. We're not trying to work for minimum wage here. Go out and find and prospect and find your own leads. Do it through social media marketing. Do it through YouTube. Do it through cold calling, right? Grassroots. There's no quicker way than just going straight to the call. That way you're not going to have to pay so much money for them when you go do it online, right? There's many ways to skin a cat. The question is the cat getting skinned? I've never heard anybody say that, but that's the truth. Is the cat getting skinned? Many ways to do something, but is it getting done? If you're an entrepreneur and you're in this industry, don't be asking what can the brokers do. What you really need to be asking is not how many leads can they give you, but how many opportunities at Financial Freedom is that brokerage going to allow me the opportunity to go and attack and to attain? Man, I'm spitting at everything. It's all good. That's it. What can they actually do for you? Not do they provide leads where at the end of the day, it's going to be 20, 30, 40%, right? Or am I going to go out and make an 80-20 split until I cap after I sell, $2.7 million in real estate at 3%, and go to 100%? Is that what I'm going to do? Or am I going to just hope that somebody gives me a lead and hope? Come on, man. Come on, lady. Come on, woman. We're not in it to be handed. Like, if you want that, go work at Publix. There's nothing wrong with working at Publix. They're going to pay you. You're going to get your benefits, and they're going to give you a handout, meaning you get a job every day. And the clients walk in the door. They're coming. At Publix, they're going to be buying groceries. As long as Publix has anything on the shelf, they're going to be selling, right? You don't have to be the middleman. You don't have to be the intermediary. You don't have to be the sales rep. You just stand there and cash them out, bag it up, slice the meat at the deli, whatever it is. But look, take control of your life. You're an entrepreneur. What are you going to do for yourself? What are you going to do for your family? And if you do decide to become active in sales and to do fantastic, what are the other opportunities that the brokers can afford you and your family? Hopefully it's some type of financial freedom. With Compass, the way that I see it is, you go, you have a great brand. They've already got such a presence because they're just known. I've never seen it happen before. It's just happened so fast, right? But money could do fantastic things, okay? So if money could do that for Compass and put them on the map, and they can go buy a bunch of big agents, give them big money up front, right? Sign them, lock them down into contracts. They can't get out for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? If they can do that, what can money do for you? What could recurring income do for you? You're not going to find that at Compass. All those people that are doing so great, guess what? Their asses are still at fucking Compass, and they're still selling that real estate. They're not walking away. I'm not seeing no retirement parties, right? But I see it all the time at eXp Realty. I know it happens at LPT too. I'm friends with people at every single brokerage there is. right? All these cloud brokerages, I got great friends that are at the top of those companies too. Some are on the board of directors, so on and so forth, right? They're balling. Why are they balling? Because of the opportunity that cloud brokerages offer. Now, let's cut that talk. I got a little nutty. That's what I do. I speak from the heart, so excuse the foul language. I did not. I think I dropped the F-bomb, and so I'm sorry about that if that offended you. I apologize. I'll try not to drop the F-bomb again, but let's cut to the chase. It's 2025. You better be having, in this crappy market that we have throughout the U.S., you better be making a lot of sales. Like some of my partners are absolutely crushing it. A lot of them are, and I was astounded today to have talks with some of them, and also to see what they're doing online. And speaking with some of them today, they're just absolutely killing the industry, right? In a positive way. Now, the reason why they're doing that is because they started building systems. They had a system. Most of them were cold calling, right? But other ones have other systems, whatever it may be. But they put those systems in place and they continue doing that thing when it was no fun. And now they have a referral business that's just crazy. They don't have time to prospect anymore because of the ads they ran. They don't have time because of all the cold calls they made. Now it's just the snowball effect rolling down the mountain. They're crushing it. Some are closing less transactions, but making more money than they were last year because of all the new rules that we have to abide by as realtors, brokers, right? And broker associates. So some people are crushing it. Most aren't, okay? This has got me wanting to and getting fired up about getting back into sales right now. I was jaded. I was just spent. I was done. I've been running ragged. Did I make a lot of money? Yes. Did I accomplish like the dreams and the big multi-million-dollar deals that I had dreamt about coming in since 2016? Did I do those things? Yes, multiple of them. And it was absolutely incredible, but it didn't feel like it did, or like I thought it was going to feel. It was cold and empty when I got those big wires in my account. Did it feel good? Yes. Right? But was it what I thought it was going to be? Hell no. Hell no. It was very emotionless, and I was almost disappointed. I was disappointed. I told my wife, I said, this doesn't feel like I thought it would. It's fantastic, great, but it just wasn't. It wasn't what I thought it was. What I get enjoyment out of is speaking to my partners and the men and women that are here with me, building a legacy for their family, that are crushing sales now that the market is a flop, right? And the good news is this: the market's worse than we've ever seen, right? But now is the time. Those agents that are still here, and those of you that are like me that have been in the referral program and just chilling, keeping your license active, collecting rev share, whatever you're doing, you got money saved, what have you. Excuse me, I encourage you to get back into sales, because this is nothing but opportunity. Everybody who's going to be weeded out is pretty much weeded out. They're not competition for you. There's no better time now than to follow up with your past clients, to follow up with your old prospects. That's what I did today. It was phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. So I'm going to reactivate my license. I'm going to go crush a bunch of big sales. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help my people the way that I did. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I put way too much emotion and love into each client. I'm just like that. That's my personality. I can't help it. Is it healthy for me? No, it's not. That's the whole reason why I got burnt out. But I can only be who I am, right? And I put my whole heart into transactions and my clients and making the impossible possible, making it happen for them. I do unto others, and I treat them as I would like to be represented. So now is the best time. It's the worst economy. It's the worst real estate market we've ever seen. But I'm telling you right now is the time to build your portfolio, your client list, your prospects. Now go out and crush it. If you want to know how I previously built my business and what I'm doing now to reignite that, I'm going to have links in the description, maybe in the comments as well. Reach out, let's talk. If you got a burning fire and you want to do better in sales, or if you want to learn how to attract, recruit, like all these other companies, everybody's a recruit company, right? You got to keep it churning. If you want to do what your broker wish they could do and build recurring income like this, that you could take a year and a half off, or you can retire. Let's talk about it, because you got into this industry the same reason that I did: financial freedom, time freedom, and maybe location freedom. Well, guess what? You realize real fast you ain't got none of that, Jack or Jill, right? I had to realize too, this is not truly the answer. Closing a $6.5 million deal, 5.3, 1.65, 2.25, 2.3, on and on and on. All these multi-million dollar deals did not give me freedom. When I started making more money, you got to get creative with taxes, etc. So you're not paying out all your money to the IRS, right? Because they're here to take every bit of it. They're here to make sure that you may not be able to keep that status, right? You got to figure out all that stuff. That being said, big luxury sales weren't what I thought they were going to be, right? Now is the time to hunker down because I feel like I can 10x what I used to do. What I used to do was pretty good, right? According to some. To me, it was all right, right? Can I do better? Hell yeah. Did I have any experience when I started? No, I didn't know anything about it. Did I do real good considering that? Yeah, I had bigger sales than most people, than probably 98 to 99% of people ever have in the industry, or maybe even more than that, right? But the thing is, I can't rest on my laurels. That's what I used to do, right? I think I could go 10x that now. Now's the time to be in sales. Now's the time to be a broker owner. Now's the time to be a broker owner or independent broker owner and bring your brokerage onto EXP and their platform, because now you can go expand. I just brought a dear friend of mine that I made friends with from a cold call, and his whole brokerage of 2 offices up in New York onto the EXP platform, and they are absolutely crushing it. They're like 2 months in, and in my revenue share dashboard, I see them all closing deals, man. They're all closing. I brought another brokerage, multiple office brokerage in California on. I got agents in Canada. Like, the list goes on and on. Like, it's just been an absolute amazing experience. The relationships are the value. Those relationships turn into money because EXP, our brand, pays us, not the agents. We're going to be playing the split no matter where we're at. The only difference is our owners split the income down the middle and they pay me, right? 7 tiers deep. That's what they do. So if you want to grow as an individual, if you want to grow your sales, if you need somebody to give you a pep talk, if you need somebody to show you literally how to attract and build a life of freedom, I'm the guy, right? I'm here for you. I enjoy nothing more than to see people start from nothing coming onto EXP as far as recurring income, and to build that to when they call me and they say, hey, Zach, you're not going to believe it. I just made my truck payment with revenue share. Hey, guess what, Zach? Same person I'm talking about. Just made my truck payment and my mortgage with revenue share this month. Hey, Zach, guess what? And the number and the list goes on and on. All these calls that I get because they put in the time, they wanted it, and they went and got it. And I help them achieve that, right? Some of those people I haven't helped at all. I just touch base with them. They're just out there building. Others I handheld. The person like I'm talking about, I just encouraged. We shot the breeze, and next thing you know, he's off to the races, paying his mortgage, paying his car payment, paying his insurance for his family, on and on and on. The bottom line is, anything you want, you can find it here, but you got to have a burning desire. If you're not closing over 2.6 to 2.7, $3 million and close volume in sales, if you're not already doing that, if you're not, already skilled at the bottom line is you don't have to be skilled at recruiting at all. What I can show you in sales, I can teach you over the course of 6 months, right? How to build your brand, how to do this, how to do that. But also, when it comes to recurring income and building that, by the time you're going to make your first closed deal here at EXP, I could be having you get your first revenue share check that month. And the same amount of time it's going to take you to close your first transaction, I'll probably have you making more money in revenue share quicker than you would selling your first property, right? And I can show you how to recruit in like 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And that is somebody who's never sold a house, or you could have sold 150 million houses. Doesn't matter. I could teach somebody how to attract in 10 to 15 minutes. But if you want to know how to really build your business, that takes time, right? And we could do that too. Now, if you haven't done any of that and you have a burning desire and you're just getting licensed, hit me up. If you just came on to EXP, right, and you're looking for a co-sponsor, it's the first 5-day window, hit me up. I'd love to be your co-sponsor and help you stay positive, help you stay focused, and build this thing together with you. There's so many great things here at EXP, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. We got the best leaders when it comes to the owners, the board of directors, Gene Frederick, Glenn Sanford, Leo. I mean, one of my partners, Rich, like, dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, what we got for you is something that you have not seen before. So EXP is on fire. We are growing like crazy. we're doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing, right? Everybody's slow. EXP out here crushing it. My group's out here crushing it. If you want to stay positive, stay fired up, let's dig from the bottom of the trenches right now, because this is going to be the easiest income you have made in your life in real estate, period, coming up. Coming up right now is the time to build, to plant those flowers, man. Plant those crops. Let's go. They're going to be growing, and we gonna harvest them. God bless you. My name is Zach Rossica, Financial Freedom Outcome. This is my new channel, and I hope this finds you blessed and well. Get in touch with me down below. Let's talk. Peace out.